Hello everybody and welcome to a new vlog. Today is a beautiful sunshiny day. We actually just got back from Sydney because we went up for James's birthday. And did you have a good birthday, James?
I did. It was very nice, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, so we're a little bit tired, but we're back at the house and there hasn't been anything crazy that's happened, but there are a few exciting changes.
I mean all the drywall, that's pretty crazy.
Well, that
and
is
the
pretty...
skylight.
Yeah, I mean, okay, some crazy things have happened.
It's pretty crazy.
Okay, we'll call it crazy. So we're here to update you guys on what's been happening. And also that's why there wasn't a vlog last week, because usually I try and do a weekly upload. Anyway, let's go check it out. So as you guys know, we last saw that this ensuite was wrapped, and that means it's getting ready for cladding, hopefully maybe next week. We have decided to extend this framework all the way across, so it's not so like so it'll be nice and clean and combines the old with the new in a more seamless way. And also Shannon decided he wanted to get the lawn started, which is good, and he'll be so happy because I actually don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but there is grass growing already, which is great because we thought this might just get all wet.
If you look closely, there is stuff all over, but there's less over there. I guess because it got more wet. This area looks more protected.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be too wet to grow already, but I guess because we've had some nicer weather, it's been able to dry out, which is great. So fingers crossed that lawn will grow. Speaking of growing, our lettuce has been popping off for a few weeks now, so we've had so much fresh lettuce. Isn't that beautiful? It's actually a Cos variety, if anyone was wondering. So I just keep coming over and picking fresh lettuce, and it's just so nice. And of course, our capsicum plants, which is surprisingly still growing in winter. I thought capsicums were more of a summer vegetable, but here we are growing all year long. So let's check out the skylights. Also, Michael the electrician is just up there doing some work. So the skylights and the roofing has been completed, and look at that, you can see the clouds up there. These metal pieces I assume will be gone because that would be strange to leave them there. But yeah, we're really glad we've put in these skylights. Do you like them?
Yeah, no, I think it's good. And because, I mean, it's winter now, so this is going to be, how dark it gets. Summer will only be brighter, so...
Yeah, so I think we will have enough natural light in here because there's a skylight there and a skylight down here. I like to have a lot of natural light, and I think James is the same. We're both just the kind of people who like to have lots of light coming in where possible, whereas other people love darker, cozy spaces. We like it all as much as we can get without the house getting too hot. And James is climbing a ladder.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to see the roof?
Yeah.
See the two skylights and the roof up there? Yeah, it's the same as the one we did on the garage.
Yay!
Whoa! You look like an ant. Oh,
Really?
That could be a good thumbnail.
That's what I was thinking. And I think the ColourBond roof is maybe in the color Surf Mist, which we think is also really good because having a lighter roof as opposed to, say, a black roof, it doesn't heat up the house as much because black absorbs the warmth and the sun.
I was in my office and I'm like, why does it smell like gas? And because there's no drywall, so the back of the heater just goes into your office, so it's just the smell of this.
Yeah,
So
so...
maybe I should just take this off and move it somewhere else, because
it's just going to struggle because it's not the correct door vents for this system.
Yeah, it's just kind of blasting it into the house.
Yeah, so this is a hot water system that's gas, and we've been in discussions about whether we change it to electric, but we just bought a new one. So we're going to keep this, but we're thinking we'll relocate it. That looks really stubborn. Did they attach it, or?
It's because the little tab got bent at some point.
Oh.
It wasn't before, but...
I was going to offer to help, but you got it.
Yeah, because the problem is, now, your office is on the other side of this, and because this door is not right, venting was just going into your office.
So it's just a gas chamber in there. Oh, good
So
lord.
let's move this away from there.
So yeah, we've decided because this is the new terrace, like this is where we're going. Ooh, Skylight! How exciting. Because this is the area where we'll be, you know, hanging out, eating. We don't really want the gas smell from the hot water system. So this is going to be relocated. It will cost a bit, but it won't cost as much as if we were to also change it over to electric. So we'll just make provisions to change that to electric at some stage. But not right now. For now, we will just move it to the other side of the house where it won't smell. But yeah, and then this is the cladding. It's a bit dirty at the moment, but that's going to go on the bathroom. Yeah.
Well, they said maybe the end of this week. So.
Oh, maybe at the end of this week.
Possibly, but I guess we'll see.
So you might see it in this vlog. I've also been doing lots of research on trees to go along here because it's not going to get heaps of sunlight, but it'll get a bit of sunlight, and it also can't grow with a big root system because this will all be pavers. So that's also something else we're thinking about, what kind of trees to put there, I suppose. But yeah, I think these skylights were a great idea, and also this ceiling's going to be white as well. We've also decided not to put like essentially this kind of cladding on the ceiling because originally I was going to do that to make it look a bit pretty. But the builders did point out that they thought it might look a bit too busy because you're going to have the lines of the brick, you're going to have the crazy paver lines where the grout is, the lines of the skylights, there'll also be a fan up there, and then we also have all of these lines of the walkway and then some more timber work. So they said we actually think it's going to be a bit much, and I think they're probably right, which is what I love about the builders project, that they flag these types of things. And yeah, I think my favorite part's actually this walkway. I love this so much. I think it's the quality of the timber. Like, good quality timber makes such a big difference.
Just here, when you step like there's all water under there.
Oh, it's very muddy down there.
Yeah, these are sick. And how it goes into the brickwork and I can see it properly.
Oh yeah, look at how it's going into the bricks so seamlessly.
Yeah, really neat.
Very neat job. Which we love. But do you guys want to see the fully enclosed ensuite now? Because that's pretty exciting. Let's go have a look. So this is our main bedroom in here, James.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was our main. I thought we swapped rooms.
He's so confused because everything looks different.
Wow.
So the main bedroom is looking really skeletal right now.
Well, it's good. I removed all the insulation there because where we had the leak, so it doesn't get all icky, and all the ceiling drywall.
Yeah, so that leak will be completely fixed, and we're also adding insulation to the exterior wall here.
Did we mention about the interior aircon unit?
I think we did.
That we decided it's going to go up here, so it won't be central on the wall. But
Yeah.
Because the other option was this wall, but then we have your Bobo artwork, which wouldn't fit with the bed and all that. So
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah, we'll just pop it there because the artwork won't fit above the bed with the bed head and the aircon unit. So
Yeah, and because we have that aircon unit, we used to have the ducted vent here, but it never worked well because this is like the back half of the house. So we got rid of that, like, I think years ago now. But we left the vent in the ceiling because obviously patching it was going to be annoying, but now we can fully get rid of it, which is nice.
yay!
That's the ducted aircon.
The ducted aircon is going to be transferred right back to the back of the shed, which is great because it's
Garage.
very unsightly. Sorry, the garage.
We don't have a
Oh,
shed.
shed?
Well, it's a garage because we don't have a shed.
Oh, I thought they were the same thing. And then this is the ensuite, you guys. We actually have a room now.
It's so cool. It's like actually a room.
I know, it's so exciting. And that's the sliding door that goes into the wall. So if you come in here,
Oh.
that's where the window will go. And then this has light coming in because of the skylight
Oh.
that goes above the shower. Isn't that just so exciting? Now we know how big this room is. So yeah, it's actually, even with the main window blocked up, there's still a lot of light and it's winter.
And it's currently overcast outside, so It's actually even darker than it would normally be, so... Well, hopefully it's not too light in here then.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, it'll be lovely. So the shower's also been lowered, which I really recommend if this is an option for anyone building or renovating.
Especially because like this is an open shower, it won't have a door, so I think that makes extra sense. So if it's all level, then you have a door, sometimes it's alright, but with no door especially, that'll be good.
Yeah, so it just means that your water won't like overflow onto the shower glass as easily, which we think is totally worth it.
Washing your hands.
Yeah, this is where the basin and vanity will be. We've got the Gerbert system over here for the toilet. That doesn't have a poop screw in it, if you guys recall. And then yeah, this is the shower. That's where the shower head will go. We're just doing a simple one, no roof shower, obviously, also because we're doing the skylight. Wow. Hopefully no drones come by while we're showering.
And I guess everything in the bathroom is the exact same as the other one, except the toilet is different.
Yeah.
But the shower, the taps and all that's exactly the same.
Because when we bought all the stuff for the last bathroom, like the toilet, the basin, the shower, the hardware, like the faucets and that, we knew we were going to do this bathroom in the next couple of years, even though
It turned out 3 months later.
Yeah, so we already have all of that's been stored, so we didn't have to worry about that getting shipped again. Oh, and then I also wanted to show you guys the lovely shelf we have here. Instead of doing a recessed shelf like in a box like the other bathroom, we thought we'd let the light fully pour down from the beautiful skylight onto it, which, yeah, I reckon this is sick. So yeah, that is the bathroom update. That's where that's at right now, and I'm really excited because what's next? Waterproofing in there.
I assume so, yeah.
They'll waterproof and then they'll do tiles.
Yeah, no, will they do that before they do the window though? I have no idea.
Or maybe they'll do... I think the window for the bathroom is coming first before the other windows.
And they're going to do... they'll do the cladding on the outside first as well, I think.
And then my office is looking really gorgeous. It's... Actually, the sound will probably... the sound's not as good as I was hoping in here. But,
helps a little bit.
Oh, thank you. James has just lit up the room with his phone.
So that's hot water heater there.
That's the gas heater.
Yeah, so without the drywall, the smell is just coming in here.
Yeah, and usually my desk is here. So the reason why we've pulled all of this out is because we need some wall insulation that they've already put in. Yeah. All of this is new. And yes, insulation in Australia is not as... refined as in like Europe and colder climates, I don't think.
Yeah, well, I mean, before it was just that, it was just brick.
Yeah, before it was just brick. So
brick and then drywall.
But I've heard in other countries, like, they will not have any gaps. Like, they won't even have that. They fill it all up.
If you think about it before, like the hot water heater, it was just metal and then drywall.
Yeah.
To the outside, that was it.
Yeah, the insulation in older Australian homes is actually so crazy.
It's basically zero.
Yeah, it's crazy. So this is really good. Oh, and of course we've removed the ceiling as well because they have to take out the cornice.
Well, it was actually because remember it leaked in here as well. Really
oh
bad.
Yeah, and there was also the water leak.
Yeah, because there was a leak, so they removed that bit anyway, and I guess it's just easier just to do it all again anyway.
Yeah, so we're pretty happy that they're doing that, and there's no added cost for those things. So water leakage and water damage will be completely taken care of. And then this is where the new sliding door will go. I think it's going to be so nice just to walk out into the backyard. And I'm sure Franny will be knocking to come in all the time.
One thing I did think about,
yeah,
which I don't think we had thought about before, is because that's the north, which in the southern hemisphere is where the sun, you get the light. Because in northern hemisphere, you might be used to the south side being bright. But we've built an extension out the back, so it's going to block some light from your window. So I'm wondering how that will go. Hopefully it'll be all right, because it's also bigger than it used to be. Like, it's full height.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's all right for you.
Yeah, and there wasn't really any other way of adding the
No, I mean, and I was saying the only other way you get more light is if you also did a skylight in your office. But then
Skylight time!
let's not rush to that. But we can add it later because I don't think we'll have solar panels there anymore. So I'm sure that's something we could do in the future if you had a problem.
Well, I've always thought at one, like, don't freak out.
Oh, no.
Not anytime soon. One day, I'm so sorry. James gets stressed when I talk about future renovations when we're in the middle of a renovation,
There's
which is
no roof in these rooms.
It's totally understandable, but I'm like, think ahead all the time, and this is how James feels. Sorry, James. But I was going to say, we've spoken about this before. In the future, if we needed more light in the kitchen, we could put a skylight in, or a few skylights.
Maybe.
But we might not need to.
But then we'd have to move the solar panels again, I think, because aren't they there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But also because we have future plans to put a front deck on the house that would have a bigger sliding door, which would bring more light into the kitchen anyway.
Well, I don't think the kitchen's dark anyway.
I find the kitchen dark.
Oh. I think it's fine. If anything, it's too bright for me.
Oh, okay.
We should add curtains.
We'll talk about it more when all of our existing renovations have been done. And I also had an idea of orb lights at the front door. I think that would look really nice. And that's minor.
Yeah, and well, we do that because we're eventually going to replace those front windows, so we just do it then, I guess.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, it sounded like you're like, yeah.
I was like, yeah, we can do it now.
Now?
Michael, I can ask him now.
No, that's later.
Yeah. Oh, also, the boys moved my entire office while we were away. And our bed here, that's our bed in pieces. Because I didn't realize I needed to move it all.
Well, I don't think they did either, to be fair. Otherwise, yeah, we would have done it, but...
Yeah, we would usually do it.
I don't think they had realised that they needed it all moved as well.
And they were really worried about moving the Bowser Lego. But they did a good job. He's intact.
Oh, you've done that.
I got a text message saying he's safe.
Yeah, that's right on that. That's why I was like, we might get their help to move all this stuff again.
Oh, whoa, I hadn't seen this.
Because they wanted us to empty this room out too, because we're redoing this wall as well.
So basically, there's more moving around of stuff and emptying of stuff than we had anticipated.
It's like, we're moving the whole house again.
We're moving the whole house again, which I've got to say is absolutely exhausting, but I tend to think ahead and remember that
we're renovating again in the future, so that's what you're planning for.
No, that you get to do this once. Like, we may
that's
as
what you
well...
said the last time, and the time before that.
But we didn't...
When we moved the entire house.
No, but we only have this opportunity to insulate our exterior walls in the rest of the house, so you may as well take that opportunity.
Yes, but this
is
the
a
second
forever
time
home
we
for
moved
us.
the entire house.
James is crashing out, as the young ones say. He said he's crashing. I don't mind the chaos as much, but I think it's very, very different that we are living not on the site. I think if we were also living here and moving all of this stuff, it would be really, really tough.
Plus, don't forget this is our office. This is where we're working.
Well, that's the other thing, because we work from home. That's also different again, because we actually can't work from home when there's all of this stuff going on.
Yeah, so. We have to move my whole office, I think. See, because when we're replacing this window, I was like, originally we were going to place the window and this wall so we could insulate it. So that's good. But then I realized, of course, this wall on the side, pretty much up to the second vent, is all an exterior wall as well, because it was covered only just there. So really we need to redo that whole wall as well to insulate behind it. And also we have a little bit of the wall going into the cupboard. I just noticed, Maddie, or Deli, you taped up this when there was all the leak, and your hair got stuck in the tape, and there's a hair dangling from it.
Oh yeah, there's a hair.
I don't know if you can see it on the vlog cam, but I just saw it. Oh,
I'm sorry to leave my hair there.
No, it's so nice because there was all this rain coming, and you came here and you taped everything up and sealed it. It's funny.
Yeah, well, it wasn't leaking in this room, but may as well cover up events just in case.
Yeah, it's right above my computer, so you're like, I'll cover that.
Yeah, must protect the James.
So I think we'll have to probably empty this room as well.
I'll help you. It'll be okay.
Well, hopefully we have time. I don't know when they need it emptied and when they're going to do it.
Yeah, I messaged Miguel and asked how long, and if we can reduce any things that we have to move. Or if they're gonna say yes, just get all of it out.
And move all this. That's going to be tough. You did this once before.
I did this for you last time, yeah.
And I think, not that it's your fault, but I think that question mark block has been broken since then.
Oh dear.
I never fixed it.
Oh dear. Well, it's a nice time to reorganize things and clear a few things out. And, you know, it might be able to just stay there with painters.
Nah, I don't want to leave it there with the drywall stuff, because I think even with that, it's best to just move it out of the room.
I would agree. I think it's always better to be safe than sorry. And yeah, we can reorganize a few things. Take it as an opportunity to reorganize and do a clear out. Because we're the type of people who don't like to hold on to a lot of things. We're not like full-blown minimalists, obviously.
You keep saying reorganize. I'm not reorganizing my Lego, I'm just moving it. My Lego is sacred. You're saying it like I'm going to get rid of some of this.
No, I don't mean your Lego. I mean if there's any like
I
rubbish
keep saying
or...
at it, you're like, we're going to reorganize and
No, I'm not.
remove some stuff.
Okay, I'll speak from only my perspective. James will do whatever he wants. Whatever the heck he wants.
Whoa, that's just my Lego. You just seemed directed at my Lego.
No, of course not. I'm just saying, like, when I clear out my office, there's obviously going to be some stuff that I pass on or clear out that's, like, rubbish. And my point was, some people like to hold on to lots of things for sentimental value. I think we are in the middle ground. We're not minimalists, but I think we appreciate, like, not holding on to everything, you know? Anyway,
I need coffee to get
James
through.
needs more coffee. I'm going to have a green tea and I'm going to go back to the chowies. So we'll speak to you guys soon.
I'm keeping my Lego.
Morning, guys. We're back on site and Shannon's here and the electrician Michael's here and they're just working away on a few things still. I think next week we might be doing waterproofing for the tiles, so I'm really looking forward to that. But today is a very exciting day because we have our first window frame, which I can't wait to tell you guys about. So here it is in the bathroom, and what's really cool about this frame is it's a bit of an experiment because it's a unique wood. It's called a coir wood, which is a type of soft pine wood that's sustainably and I believe ethically collected from New Zealand. And basically, it's treated in a sustainable way to strengthen it. So it's really great in like coastal areas. And yeah, it hasn't been varnished yet. Obviously, there's no glass in there yet because that's coming later. But the frame had to go in early for the waterproofing. Yeah, Shannon's put it in today and it's so cool to actually see what the window looks like. Like you can see how much light's gonna come into the bathroom. And I already showed you guys the skylight the other day. And soon we'll get a sample and we'll check out some different colored stains. Yeah, so that'll come soon. But yeah, I'm just so excited to see it and to soon see it next to the bricks as well to kind of see the color palette. So that's where we're at in here. So I also had to do a bit of cleaning up and so did James because it didn't really register to us that when we redo the cornice up here, well, actually, we're not redoing this one, but in the bedrooms, we kind of forgot that that means you have to take out all the walls and therefore you can't really have stuff in the room or else it's going to get dusty when everything gets re-plastered because plaster dust is a big one that you really want to protect all your stuff from. So if you're renovating, remember plaster dust is really... it spreads like crazy. And also never try and vacuum it up with your house vacuum because it will clog your vacuum. Like I clogged up our nice Dyson, whoops. But anyway, I'm just showing you guys, this is the guest room. We've packed up the bed. This is actually our main bedroom queen bed and the guest room has a queen bed. So we've just put the cover on them to protect the mattress. Probably gonna move these when they're plastering the room because I'm not really sure how they'll get around it otherwise unless it's put in the middle of the room. Also cleared out the guest wardrobe to be safe because this wall's going to be taken out to do the insulation and maybe some of that. I just wasn't sure. So We took everything out. And also we're changing out the Philips Hue lights because there's a lot of controllers on the wall here. We'll change wherever possible these to just regular dimmers. So that's another like little thing that we're doing because easier than using the app on the phone and having like so many consoles on the wall. Another thing I'll make sure to do is tape up the linen cupboard when we're doing plastering. And then this is James's side. This is completely cleared out. We probably actually didn't need to completely clear it out, but we weren't sure about how they were going to get in here for the insulation on the exterior wall. But apparently they can just slide in from the side there. It is such beautiful weather today. It's so nice. I just love coming back here and looking at the beautiful walkway. This must be like my favorite part, I think. So I also wanted to show you guys, you'll see there's like some missing bricks at the lower part of the wall. And the reason why is because previously those were covered up, but it's actually really important to have ventilation under houses. At least I know in Australia, it could be different in other places, I don't know. But you want that air to breathe and circulate under the house. So we're having them open those back up, which is good because they really shouldn't have been covered up in the first place. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what vents they're putting there or how they're doing it, but I believe that's what those gaps are for. Shannon is very happy to report that the grass seeds are growing. Look at these, they're absolutely taken off. It's pretty impressive given how much rain we had. The grass seeds were pushed around a bit because of all the rain. So there's clumps of grass forming, but we'll just sprinkle more seeds and then that'll even out anyway. But I thought that was really good forward thinking to help us have somewhat of a lawn before or when we move back in instead of just living amongst mud again. And also with Franny and Bowser, they'll just get all muddy. The other option is instant turf, but I think that's just more expensive where you like roll it out. But yeah, that's another option as well. And it is just so nice today. This is my ideal weather. It's around 12 degrees Celsius, but with sunshine and a little breeze, so it's not too cold. Some people like it at around 20 degrees. I like it at around 12 or 10. I love cozy weather with sunshine and blue sky, ideally. So now I need to film a video. I have to pick between filming Sims or Paralives because I'm not really sure how much Paralives people want to see versus Sims. It's kind of hard to find the balance. But yeah, I think I'll do a Paralives build today just because I feel like building in Paralives. So I'm just kind of doing whatever I want today. But it's always a little bit of a balance trying to figure out what people really want to watch. You guys, I can hear a nail gun going. I've just been filming, so I think the cladding might be going up. I'm so excited. The cladding is up on one side and of course, this will be painted, so this isn't the final color, but it's really awesome because you can see how much the window stands out now. And it's going to be the same color as the bricks, so I think it's gonna blend in really nicely, and it goes in with the carport as well, and it'll tie in with the patio. And that window frame is looking even nicer now. So how cool is that? It'll also go all around this side as well. Hey everybody, back at the house again. It's the next day. I don't actually have many updates for you because one of the builders was sick again today and they weren't able to do any more of the cladding. So slower day today, but there's going to be a massive week next week, which I'll tell you guys about. And right now I'm just taping up some of the cupboards to get ready for plastering. Also, if you hear any banging about on the roof, it's just Sam the plumber doing some roofing. When we have plastering done, or if there's anything dusty being done, I like to tape up some of the cupboards that are exposed with painter's tape. I do 2 layers and it seems to have worked pretty well. So I just go over all of the cracks. And like I've said in the past, this just ensures that it won't rip off the actual tape or the surface. And if you really want to protect your things, just move them out of the wardrobe. And the place where most of the dust goes is actually underneath. And this right here is our linen cupboard. So we really don't want plaster dust going in here. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. Make sure to get right into this corner. Then we'll go up here. And we'll do our other layer. And for open shelves, if you don't want to fully empty them, I've just doubled up here painter's drop sheet, which is like a really thin plastic, and yeah, you just double it or triple it and put it over the shelves as a screen and then tape around it. So I just thought that might be helpful to show you guys some of the prep and organization stuff we do for renovations. And we usually just get moving boxes to move stuff out of the rooms. And we've just put most of it in the lounge room and the main bathroom. And it's actually really easy to just peel it off and remove. So next week's going to be a pretty big week. I think the following week, or not that long after that, I think Shannon's going away on a holiday. So he wants to get as much done next week as possible to just hand it over to other trades, essentially, so they can work while he's away. So yeah, next week, they're going to hopefully be able to do all the concreting that is the base layer before they put the crazy pavers on top. There is rain next week, so like fingers crossed that they can still get that done. They're going to finish off the cladding, and I believe they're starting the tiling in the bathroom too. Before the tiling goes in, that'll also be waterproofing, and we may even get to have the first window glass be put in, which would be amazing. And I'm also hoping we might get to see some wood stain examples for our windows, because we still haven't picked what color stain will go on the actual window frames. And that is massive, because that's going to decide what every window in the house almost is going to have, because we're doing half of our windows now, and then we need to save up again to be able to complete all the windows in the house. So that's why we're breaking our renovation up into stages, because it's to be able to save up to do these things. Unfortunately, it's just not feasible to do it all at once, but I've got to say I do enjoy the journey of renovating bit by bit, and also it gives you more time to think about exactly what you want to do to your house. You can see when you do bits and pieces how it works. If you like how it works, you might make changes before doing the next part of your renovating. So I think it's a good way to learn along the way. Yeah, I'm really excited for next week. I think it's going to be a great week of works, but what we need to work on is the landscaping plan. So I've just made up this template on Adobe Illustrator, which basically is our house plan without the rooms. So we can draw in landscaping ideas, and I printed several of these to experiment on. And I've also been doing lots of research on plants and figuring out what kind of garden James and I would like to have. And what we've settled on is a garden that is very practical. We want to support the local ecosystem and animals and insects. So that means we want to have mostly native plants, because one, native plants are less maintenance, they grow more easily, most of them can survive the really harsh Australian summers, which are very hot. They can get to like 42, 43 degrees Celsius. And I think it's going to get hotter as well over the next few decades. So when it gets hotter, then the country can go into droughts. And then when you're in a drought, sometimes water saving is something that everyone has to do. So you might not be able to like water your garden as much, or you might not be allowed to, turn on your irrigation unless it's runoff recycled water, which we don't have set up. And that's not something we can set up anytime soon. So those are other reasons why I just want a drought tolerant garden. And another thing that a lot of you guys might not know about Australia is that a lot of our conditions are just really harsh. Like our soil is naturally often quite sandy or quite clay dense or even rock dense. So it's not really a lush place to be growing gardens. Like I feel like in Europe you can plant a vegetable in the ground in your garden, whereas usually in Australia you'll have to prep the soil with like other soil. Some things you can plant in the ground, but it's not as easy, and it's not like you go out and you find lots of lush berries growing. You can find native berries, you might find some blackberries, but it's just a really harsh environment. And actually, when the Brits settled in Australia, they, I think, were kind of surprised at how hard it was to grow their vegetables and whatnot. So anyway, that's just interesting for some of you guys. And that's why a lot of our native plants look kind of weird for a lot of you guys overseas. But it also means that Mediterranean plants are really great in our area because they're also drought resistant. So my favorites being olive trees and lavender. Love lavender. And I'm also a really big fan of citrus. So like lemon trees can do fairly well here, amongst other things. So I guess the style of garden we're going for is a naturalistic Australian native garden with some Mediterranean inspo popped in there as well. We want a bit of colour. We might sprinkle some cottage-esque stuff in there as well. I've made my first breakdown of plants that we want to use. So this is what I've created. We've got native plants like kangaroo paws, yellow buttons, native wisteria. Those are things that are going to add color to our garden. But then we've got some really resilient coastal shrubs like coria and a silver coria to create some contrast, because I have learnt that creating contrast is key in a garden, as well as having different heights. And kangaroo paws I really love because they have that beautiful height, but they also need a lot of sun. So we can't put those in like our shaded areas. I've also found some trees that will be safe to plant near our patio. You do have to be careful planting trees that they have enough space to grow as they get bigger. Do you want to have to prune them all the time to keep them small, or do you get like a dwarf variety? Are they going to be deciduous? Are they going to be evergreen? Are they going to drop leaves everywhere, etc.? Are they going to be eaten by pests or prone to like a fungal thing? These are all things I've been researching, and it is actually a lot of work. So landscapers have such an amazing wealth of knowledge, but it's just not in our budget to get a landscaper to help us. But I think it's going to be a really great learning opportunity. So to make a bit more sense of this is like the front entrance to the house right here, and this is the back door from our kitchen, and these lines symbolize the new walkway that's been built. So this is the walkway, and this is our patio. And this is where my office is, with the little bit of patio that I'll walk out onto. So I'll just mark that in, that there's my door, my new door just here. Oh no, I always draw a butt instead of the door symbol. Dang it. Oh well, you get the idea. That's where my office door is. So I'm thinking, because this is our driveway right here, at the top of the driveway, we already have a few natives over here. So we'll just draw those in. This is what the previous owners planted, and there's not a lot of space for them to grow, but they're not growing very quickly anyway. And because of that, they don't need much pruning. So we'll probably just leave those there. We also have our feijoa tree over here. And feijoa is I don't know if it's actually native to Australia per se. I think it's native to New Zealand, with delicious fruit that tastes like bananas and strawberries combined. So that's our feijoa tree here that requires pruning already. So that's a bit of maintenance, but it's highly drought tolerant, which is great. I actually have a purple pencil, so we'll have to use magenta. Over here we have lavender, so I'll just drop that in like this. I think that's just there. We also have our beautiful, I believe it's a Japanese maple tree over here. So this is deciduous, meaning it loses its leaves in winter. And it's not a native tree, but it does provide beautiful red color in autumn, which I really like. And it looks really pretty at Christmas time with fairy lights, because Christmas time is summer. It has greenery on it for us. And we already have some cooking rosemary over here that we're gradually letting grow to thicken into almost a hedge all the way across here. I can't remember if the lavender has survived over on this side or not. And then over here we have our Leopold lemon tree. So this is the area where we were going to create an extra garden bed that kind of goes around like that. And remember, if you watched my other vlog, we were going to use well, the tiles that we have here, because we had a few leftover ones, we have about 60. Hopefully that's enough to create the border of this garden bed. So I'm thinking we'll be able to join them up to this crazy paver edging, kind of like this. And then this will all be a garden bed here, and the garden bed will continue alongside our patio right here and along our walkway like that. Sam is drilling something on the roof. So we'll draw Leopold in here. He's about here, I think. And we'll do some yellow lemons. Actually, let's get our darker yellow. Yeah, that's Leopold. And he'll hopefully get big. Oh, and if you're wondering what pencils I'm using, I'm just using this packet. So looking at our, I know this is probably hard to follow because I keep moving the paper around. But looking at our walkway here, so just to remind you, this is the door that comes out of the kitchen to our new walkway that has the lovely wood. So all of this is crazy paper, all of this here. And then it continues around like this. So this is a very narrow portion of garden here, directly next to our patio, and the fence is right here. So we need something to grow that's tall, so a tree or a hedge that can deal with having a lot of shade as well as direct sunlight. So I have found a tree to go here that I'm thinking will give it a go, and I reckon we could get 2 or 3 if we just line them up, and they'll start small, but they will grow. So we'll have those along there. And then in this big section, this is where I want to put the mature olive tree. So this is quite an investment. I hope it'll be worth it. Like, you can pay like $15,000 for an olive tree. You know what? You could probably pay way more depending on how old they are. So this will probably be like $400 to get a mature tree for here. And they are slow growing. So if you can get a kind of mature tree, it can be a beautiful thing to add. So I want to do that. Even though the trunk won't be that thick, that's to symbolize a mature olive tree. You know what? Now it just looks like a palm tree. This is a bad drawing. I'm glad I can draw this again. And this is very drought tolerant. So this, I would like to be like a feature of the garden, and you would see it out of the guest room window, which is like here. You would see it out the kitchen window here. And then we will have some singular crazy paver stepping stones that will lead down the side of the house here. So you essentially step off of this walkway onto a few pavers that kind of go like this. And oh, we also have, because our big kitchen window is about here, because remember we have like our bench with our stove around about there. And then we have our fridge here. So when you look out the kitchen window, there's already heaps of greenery out here. And I believe this is just like a Boston ivy or English ivy. I don't know. So I'm just going to go like that. It stops about here. But it does go all the way down, which is really pretty. So we're just going to have our stepping stones go la-di-da-di-da all the way down to here. And we're going to solve this side of the house in our next renovation. But just so you guys know, there is going to one day be a front deck over here. So the stepping stones will go down here. And this is where we're going to plant native dichondra, also known as kidney weed, as well as native violets, which is really a gorgeous, gorgeous ground cover. It's not good with dogs running and playing on it. And it's also not going to be super drought tolerant in full sunlight in summer. And it also needs a lot of water and moisture in order to establish at the very start. So we're going to plant both of those all around these stepping stones, and I think that'll look really pretty. And then there's also a window right here. I'm not actually sure what I want to put here. The problem is this is going to be shaded most of the time. I wanted to put kangaroo paws, but there's not enough light for them to grow upwards. They'll just kind of spread out. So if you have any ideas, let me know. Otherwise, we have 3 little pots of orchid flowers. in here, this is where I think we should put the selection of plants I showed you, like the Coria plants. I'm just going to draw them as like little clouds. So we'll create the contrast with the green and the silvery one. Why did I do brown? I'll do like the black. So do some Coria. We'll do the kangaroo paws that I'll draw in reds. So maybe we'll do a couple of those. We can also do more kidney weed and dichondria around here. Just some more ground cover. And we can also do our little yellow, not billy buttons, I think they're just called yellow buttons. They're like coastal. We could even do coastal rosemary here. That's not an edible rosemary or traditionally edible rosemary. But yeah, that could go there. And later on, if we want to add more plants, we could add something like salvia here as well to get like more purple. So this will be a really lovely, vibrant garden. And essentially I was thinking we'd just carry the same thing over to here because it creates like a consistency. So we'll just do maybe some Coria. I think that's how you say it, in slightly different colors. Maybe we'll do the kangaroo paws again. And there's already grass here. I'm hoping we can fully get rid of it, but we have a very invasive grass that you can't replace it with any other grass because it overtakes every single other grass, which is so annoying. But we'll see how we go. So that's the plan for this side. I'm going to turn it around to you guys over here so we can talk about this side. So this is our driveway going up here to the carport. And right here, this is the new ensuite. So we have a window right there. So we do want something nice looking out the window. Obviously, we want this to one day look out at a beautiful backyard, but one thing at a time. We will be putting stepping stones to our gate. That. So we will have some stepping stones going over here. The only thing is, because this is where our invasive grass is, we could actually put edging here, but it's kind of annoying. But I think it's the only way to keep the grass out unless we keep trimming it. But then I think the grass is going to grow underneath these. So I'll have to talk to the boys about what we can do here if we place some edging. But it's probably going to have to be like 6 inches deep to actually keep out roots from growing underneath it. So for these stepping stones, to keep it easy for now, we're just going to let the grass grow around them. We're not going to bother with a ground cover like dichondra, kidneyweed, or native violet because it's just going to be overtaken by the grass. But one day we may come up with an idea of what to do here. So this is just grass. Oh, just grass here. And then over here are my garden boxes to give you an idea. That's where kind of they sit. And then in this little area, I think we may end up with some kind of aircon unit, potentially, I'm not sure. But the rest of this space, we could do something nice. And with a bit of height, honestly, I'd love to try a kangaroo paw here. Again, we could do the Coria because it just grows so easily. We could even do lavender here. What else? I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. And then coming back to along the driveway, we are going to have a Spellia wire all along this fence line. So then we can grow jasmine over here. We're going to do Chinese jasmine all along our fence line. La 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 la. And then over the carport area, we will have a Spellia wire going up the legs of the carport and across the front. And the native wisteria is similar to normal wisteria in that you get the purple flowers, but it's less invasive because wisteria can be very invasive, and actually you should never grow it up a tree because it can then weaken the tree and the tree can fall down. So we'll grow that up over this structure, and it's also different to normal wisteria because it's not deciduous, meaning it won't lose its flowers and leaves in winter. So it's evergreen. It'll always be green with flowers. It's drought tolerant. That's going to go all the way across here. And then along here, I don't know, maybe we just do a few more Corias, possibly. I'm not sure what to plant under the jasmine either. So let me know if you have any ideas for what to plant along here. I'm actually thinking if they're compatible, some of the yellow buttons could be really cute along there. Or lavender, potentially. We'll look into that. And then over here, honestly, I think just the same kind of things. We do the kangaroo paws. I've already put a few plants over here that I've been testing out. We also put a frangipani tree in here as well. Actually, that tree should have been like here. Anyway, so that's basically the plan, and I'm also not sure what to put along here either. But that is our landscaping plan. What do you think? So it is about 4 p.m. I've just got a message from James, and he said that he's bringing the chows over, so we're going to go for a walk here. They do enjoy coming home and walking around this area, and that'll be really nice. And I think this weekend we'll be working because, like, last night I worked until 11 p.m. maybe, just because I had to wait until the tradies left. Working on my Paralabs build, I did a floor plan challenge. That was really fun. But yeah, we're working really late, which is really tiring. And yeah, if it's going to be a busy week next week, we'll have to work this weekend as well. So I'm going to finish this vlog right here. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you're excited for the next week. And if you have any ideas for plants, or let me know what you think of the plants, or what's different where you live compared to where I live in terms of how plants grow and what things you have to think of. And as always, I hope you guys are having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're on the world. And I can't wait to speak to you all soon. Dag dag!